Well, hey guys, here's a little continuation of the Yukikaze Destroyer, and I've decided I'm going to paint on the yellow, but I'm going to be lazy and keep the white and red, and I'll probably just put a dull coat over it, but let's see what I've done so far. Zoom out a hair, or not. There's the top of the aft part of the hull, then we got our two cannons, and the two fuel pods, and finally we've got our bottom hull, and I've got those all spray primered right now with Tamiya Fine Surface Primer. I haven't used this before, so it seemed a good opportunity to test it out. So now that those are all primed up, let's see what happens. Alrighty, and here we have all the parts painted nice and yellow. I used some of this fine surface primer as I showed you, and this is freaking awesome. It was so smooth, it was great. I might have to start using this more often for more finer detail applications. I mean, and then I had used a couple coats of Tamiya yellow, and look at that, that is glorious. I'm actually considering just actually painting this part just so they match, but I don't know. Probably with a dull coat they'll all look the same, I hope. We'll see. But yeah, they all... And they also have nice, easy... Here, let's pause our music there. It's a little distracted. It's from Colony Wars. You ever play that game for the PlayStation? It's a freaking awesome game. The third one, Colony Wars Red Sun, amazing soundtrack. There's only 5 songs, but it's freaking awesome, let me tell you. Digression. Anyway, so you can see there's nice, easy clip points. You can just clip right along there. These will fit nicely into a Q-tip, as will these. And this guy you can clip pretty easily via the stand mounting hole right there. You could probably even put something in the turret hole maybe, or mount it on those, whatever. So they're pretty easy for to paint. Now, almost done we are. Almost done we are. But the one problem, or not really problem, but one extra detail we have to paint is, if you notice underneath on the fuel tanks, there's a little red stripe right there. But then it also has another panel line in the middle of the yellow, and this guy only has just the one panel line between the cone and then this section, which you can also see on this guy has the two. Come on, you want to focus, Monsieur Camera? Excelente. So yeah, you see there's an extra line there before the red. So we're going to mask it off just slightly rear of that panel line, just to reflect the detail. I mean, you could really just mask off the nose cone in the back and it'd probably be fine, but since I'm a nitpicky jerk, I'm going to attempt it, and hopefully it will not fail. Do I want to mask on camera? Sure, why not? Let's see what happens. I might just cut it. Coming up next, you'll find out right after these few seconds. So I'm going to use this vinyl tape, which is really cool because it's really good for masking curves. So let's give this a shot, eh? So I am going to just go slightly, go from that seam line and then go back just a little touch. Yes, I have to thank Boyd Crompton of Trekworks for this tip. Wow, that was a dumb idea. Hold on. Let's start at one end so it can wrap nicely. Oh no, I've got too much of it on my hands. Hopefully it retains its tackiness. And... oh, no, it's not going to do that. This could have been a huge mistake. Or a big tiny mistake. This is why I don't do these on camera, because that way I can edit it later and say, oh yeah, I was right the first time. I'm an expert. Yep. There we go. And but yeah, no, thank Boyd Crompton of Trekworks for this tip, because this vinyl tape is really cool because you can go around corners and stuff, and or around, you know, curves and things like that, because it'll stretch. So let's see. Oh my goodness. It looks okay, I guess. It'll probably be alright. It's probably fine. Alrighty, and and it comes in all different diameters too. I think this, what do we got? 1/4 inch. Let's see, 1/4 inch. What is this? About 1/8, or what are they? No, this is 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, and 1/8 inch, I think. Something like that. Anyway. But yeah, it comes in all different sizes. Pick it up. It's nice stuff. You can get it on Amazon. It's not too expensive, but it's not. It's probably right in the middle. But you do get a lot of it. So. Alright, now this one's a little easier. Oh, that's not going to work. Should also call my modeling channel the Haphazard Modeler. That's why my blog is called The Unfortunately Poor Choices of Ian. But that's okay. See, sometimes you get it right and sometimes you don't. That's how life works. That's how models work. Life, models. Okay. Sorry. There we go. Alrighty. I have it just masked off. I don't know if it's sticking too well is the thing. I'm also worried, hopefully it won't lift, but there's that distinct possibility. But hopefully, if I paint it directly, not hard coats, but just kind of like this, I'm going to load up some red in my airbrush, and we're just going to go along that. And if you don't, you know, gunk it on there, hopefully it won't, you know, come under and, you know, ruin the whole thing. But just light little sprays all the way around, and hopefully that will be good for that one. So I won't bother masking the other one on camera, so let's mask them and get them painted and see what happens. Okay, and here we go. Here are those parts. I actually ended up using some red spray paint I had, some old Warhammer spray paint, so hopefully it'll be alright. Let's take this one off. Let's put you right there. Alrighty. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Don't want to touch it too much. It's not. I don't think it's perfectly dry yet. Help if I was in the camera frame. Alrighty. And, oh, well, sort of. Didn't get that, that front tip quite right, but you know what, for our purposes tonight, it is good enough. Set you right there. Do this guy. And, oh, that one looks much better. This must have been the one I did off camera. And, let's see. This. Come on, you. Alrighty. And now we have the other pod. So pretty cool. Now that we've got those all taken care of, let's put our ship back together. So, just for reference, let's bring our instructions over here out of the way. Gundam Mark III Core Fighter. Okay, let's get kind of into the frame. There we go. Alright, so first I'm going to go ahead and let's get this. Insert you like that. And put our fins on the back, and we'll put the bottom on. Hopefully it still all fits. Now the one I probably should have masked off the bottom, or the bottom parts where they connect, because the paint will build up a little more surface area, so they might not fit as perfect as they did before. Next, whoops, sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that too. Let's take our cannons off. Big old laser guns. Put one in there. And one in there. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and attach one there. And these will probably still move, but they'll probably move just a little bit less on this one. They move pretty well. And we've got this guy right there. And right there. And last but not least, our fuel pods, or whatever they are. Oop. Almost. It's going to be a little tighter fit, like I said. There we go. Alrighty. Now we have a properly colored Yukikaze Destroyer. Alright, and here you can see it compared to the 1/1000 scale one, but let's check out our handiwork. So yeah, the Tamiya yellow isn't exactly the yellow color of that one, and in fact probably could have gone a hair more orange. I mean, that one's pretty close to the box art. This one's a little too yellow. So I don't know. Let's see. Ah, yes, there is. There's a paint guide right here, but it's kind of only useful if you can read Japanese. So, yeah, Mr. Color Guide. But with the 1/1000 kits, you do get a color guide that actually has colors, so that can probably help, and there's probably a translation online somewhere. But for our purposes, it is close enough, and I think it turned out pretty good, or at least okay, just for half-assing it. I'll probably go over the panel lines again with some panel lining marker to make it stand out that much more, although having it underneath originally kind of was like under-detailing, or under-weathering, whatever you want to call it, so they kind of still stick out a bit. Now it almost looks green on the camera. Looks a little more yellow in person than it does on the camera, but so yeah, there's those two together. So I did not glue them together because I thought I might take them apart and paint them someday, and then I realized, it looks fine. I have plenty of other things to occupy my model making time. And then I just decided to add the decals anyway. So, speaking of which, let's see. What do we have? Let's go add the decals onto this one. I'm going to do the Yukikaze, so we're going to pick number 117. Okay. My box here and this guy for reference. So we've got, I might shave him down just a hair, so that way you don't see as much of the film, which will be nice. I do hope they make a little decal sheet, a water slide decal sheet for all these kits. That'd be nice. Maybe one that just has, you know, kits number 1 through 10 or whatever. And the first one goes right about there. It looks, oops, sorry. Looks about right. Wow, are those are like the same size? That's hilarious. Look at that. Those UNs are about. So are these the same scale decals as this? Well, the numbers look a little bigger. Numbers look bigger, but the United Nations Cosmo Navy symbols like the same size. That's interesting. Next, we are going to pick number 117. And that goes right outside this panel line here. And we get our first name, Yukikaze. That goes right in between, right in the middle of this panel line. And, you know, I could probably cut that one up into its individual letters, but yeah, that's okay. And now we'll do the other side. Little decal fragments hanging off of that. And our reference ship. There we go. And one on this side. Oop, no, not quite. There we go. It's pretty straight. Oop. Someday I'll learn to keep the things in the camera so you can actually see what's going on. Alright, and number 117. Might be a little high relative to the other one, so we can peel it off without ruining it. There we go. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. Whoop. Yep. Let's drop it. Let's go ahead and drop it. That sounds like a good idea. And last but not least, Yukikaze. Right in the middle there. And there we go. Oh, wow, that one looks a lot higher. No, that's about the same. Alright, and there they are. All put together. So, yeah, I mean, if you just started this fresh, you could probably finish it in about an hour if you wanted to go and do all the painting and stuff. Just allowing for time for paint to dry and all that. But, yeah, what a cool kit. I'm so excited to get a couple more of these and, you know, paint them up. Paint them up full Cosmo Navy fleet style. And yeah, and the decals don't look too, or stickers, not decals. Stickers don't look too bad. That UN one, you can kind of see it. You can still kind of see them, but I mean, really, it's a $4 kit. I mean, you can't. The fact that they included them at all, I think, is nice. When they didn't even include them on the carrier ship, but and it's funny, the decals for the big 1/1000 carrier, like, they're supposed to fit in the trenches, but there's, you know, the excess around the decals, so it's like you should, even when you trim them, they almost don't fit, so they kind of like come up on the sides, and I might have started flaking off just a bit because they don't settle down in there all the way. That's my fault, I guess. I didn't make it good enough there, so I mean, if you're going to make ones for the big expensive kit that don't quite fit, I mean, you can probably make some for the little tiny kit too, so. But that's okay, that's enough bitching about those. I have very minor complaints in all these kits. They're all pretty awesome. So, hey, why not? There's a core fighter for you. Well, let's stay in the camera frame. And so yeah, that is about it. That's for our Yukikaze Destroyer. I will probably, whenever I get around to it, make a little update video for this and do the other ones and show you how I did them. But I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but we'll see what they look like, and hopefully my painting and masking skills have improved, so that'll be even better. So thanks again for watching, and feel free to comment on the video if you have any questions or complaints or whatever. Go ahead and post them. I'll either respond or I won't. It's the beauty of the internet. And if you didn't find that statement annoying, feel free to like this video and or subscribe to the channel, where hopefully we'll have new content every week, whether it is big starship modeling or little tiny modeling or gunpla or anything like that. So anyway, again, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.